Yes, you. Really nice. I think so.
All right. First of all, can we give Adam a round of applause, please?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for allowing to carry the show, and I'd love for you to.
Great. Thank you. I really want to say thank you to Jen and to everybody at the Artist Coalition. It's been great. It's super easy to work with. Everybody's been fantastic. It looks beautiful. I couldn't have asked for a better show. So I really, really appreciate it. So thank you, everybody, for coming. I appreciate you taking the time out. So these paintings, the last probably 2.5 years. The oldest one is probably those two right there. Finished early 2020. So the last couple of years. So first of all, I started painting like this because we had Sue, and when we had Sue, we had to change our schedules. So in order for me to maintain sanity and paint, we decided collectively to all go to bed at the same time, and I would get up very early at 5 in the morning and paint. And so that's what I started doing 4.5 years ago, and that's what I continue to do. And it has helped immensely. Really, the sort of regiment of painting 6 days a week at the same time, no matter what, has honestly been extremely helpful for me, and just the expansion of the work, really, because it's quiet, it's dark, I don't have any other distractions. I can focus on making these pretty detailed paintings, which I've never really done in the past. This is all brand new to me. I've been painting for 25 years now, probably. So yeah, and I'm super happy with them. These are probably I'm probably never been more happy with paintings for these paintings, right? In this room. So I started painting these to try and get better at painting, and to see how detailed I can get. And after I had worked with a few things, I sort of started to realize, at first I thought they were just basically like transcription, like I was just transcribing an image or a photograph, and I was working with time and with concentration, and that was the whole thing. But I realized that really what I was looking for when I was finding these images or putting these still lifes and stuff together was I was sort of looking for beauty in a place that you don't necessarily beauty doesn't necessarily just come to, like a fence next to a highway, or like a weedy backyard, or cigarette butts on the ground, this sort of thing. That's not sort of beautiful, or what your sort of typical idea of beautiful is. So that's what I started to think about, and that sort of brought me to the idea of what a painting could hold in itself, like what an image could portray. Could an image portray two things that, while not necessarily maybe completely divergent, could be both things? They could be both beautiful and frightening, or violent and timid, or this and that. So can an image, can a painting give you a sort of scope of thought or emotion or just a range. What is the range? What can the range be? Does it have to be one thing? Does it have to be another? And it doesn't, I don't think. So, so I figured it out and I don't have to paint anymore. And, so, no, but, yeah, so it's interesting to think about those sorts of things and to also think about like, work and dedication and, the idea of configuration and imagery in a sort of image saturated world of slowness and things that aren't bright and flashy necessarily, that take time and where do I fit into time and that sort of thing is interesting. I painted these rocks and these shells and these plants because in a way, although like plants especially, like these plants are gone now, you know, these leaves are gone, they died a couple of years ago, but this plant is this, these things are still there. And leaves and plants seem very ephemeral, but they'll be here longer than we will. The plant will be here longer than us. Our individuality will be here. So if you juxtapose that next to a brick or a building or a handmade, man-made thing that seems so solid and sturdy, what is the sort of sturdy thing? What is the thing that will last? Will a dandelion last longer than a brick? It might, or the idea of the dandelion or the continuation of the species of dandelion will last longer than that building, almost certainly, you know. So how things sort of fall within each other, and if you juxtapose two things next to each other, where do those conversations start? And what do they have conversations with? And if you change the format of the pieces, you know, it's just a different way of. It's a way of looking at a thing deeper and a mundane thing. Maybe I dug these rocks up out of our yard, you know, and I found those snail shells that have been bleached in the sun in our driveway. You know, all of this stuff is just stuff from around the house, except for that painting. That painting was before COVID. I took that painting in Spain, but everything else has been in our yard. This has been Kansas City, but it's not, but it's all around here. So it's all about time. It's about taking time and the subtleties of existing in a place, in a moment, and maybe also in an expanse of time, you know. And where you are in the sort of, not to be literal, the sort of river of time that you sort of stand in for a second, and then you step out of it, and then the river continues. So that's what a lot of it's about. There's probably other stuff too, but I can't think of it right now. So, thank you.
Great. Great work. Please eat, drink, be merry, enjoy. Thank you all for being here tonight. Great work.
Thank you.
Yeah.